Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited because I am finally sitting down and filming for you guys. I have not filmed for you guys in a really long time. I know I uploaded some parts of my eyeshadow collection. During that day that I filmed my eyeshadow palette collection, I also did like a get ready with me, which currently it is May 1st and I still have not edited. So it's probably going to go up before this video just so I could push it out there and I don't have like wasted product. Like, I keep making videos, I keep not posting them. That's just wasting my time, so I'm just gonna post it. But I have not sat down and did a nice makeup look. I have not sat down and filmed for you guys. I have not sat down and talked to you guys. I just miss you guys so much. It has been rough. This semester has been extremely rough. With field work for student teaching, with school, I was working part-time and I unfortunately had to leave because I just realized like it was too much for me. And the kids and the household stuff, it was too much. I never had time for you guys. I always had to write lesson plans or homeworks or papers. It is just rough. Today I have time to film for you guys, so I'm so excited. I hardly even been doing makeup, so if my eyebrows look a little crusty, if my eyeshadow is not blended, just bear with me because your girl is back on the big screen. And I'm trying to film like 3 videos today, even if it's with the same makeup look, just because I'm trying to have some videos so you guys could see my face and you don't forget about me. So anyways, let's get on into the video. So today's video is going to be pan in every palette. Now this was created by LADYPANSALOT on Instagram. I actually just followed her today because I got this idea from a beauty guru made me do it. I will leave her YouTube listed down below. They have been doing this since January, and of course, I'm always to a late start when it comes to project pans and all of that, but that's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. The whole idea of this is for you to try to hit a pan in at least one shadow in all your eyeshadow palettes. Now, honestly, I have about 200 eyeshadow palettes, so there's no way that I'm going to hit pan in one shade in every single palette by the end of the year. I'm not putting a time limit in the pan in every palette just because there's no way that I'm going to be able to hit pan in every single palette of mine by the end of the year. I am just going to let it keep going. It's not just going to be till the end of 2019. I might just let it keep going, more or less. But bear with me if I sound a little bit confusing. I will leave LADYPANSALOT Instagram listed down below, and a beauty guru made me do it, YouTube and Instagram down below, so you could get into more details. But basically that is just that. So I am going to switch it up a little bit. I am going to be picking 5 eyeshadow palettes first, and I'm gonna have a little twist to it. So if you want to see how I'm gonna do my pan in every palette, then just keep on watching. So now this morning while I was doing my makeup so I could film this video, I was watching the beauty guru made me do it, and I was watching her video where it was like the intro 5, or it was update 5, I'm sorry, and it really made me decide that I wanted to do this. Now I was trying to do no pan left behind challenge, but I figured like I kind of got boring. I was trying to do a pan that palette with a 5 pan palette, and honestly I'm bored with that palette. So I'm just going to accept that maybe panning one palette is not yet for me because I just get bored. But I do want to try to hit pan on an eyeshadow because I never hit pan on an eyeshadow. Like, I currently just hit pan on my first bronzer. I finish up skincare, I finish up brow products, but I never finish up an eyeshadow, which I really think it's amazing. And I never even just hit pan. So I decided that I'm going to do pan in every palette, but how I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 eyeshadow palettes. Now when I pick these 5 eyeshadow palettes, I am going to pick them at random, just because usually whenever I do my makeup, I always pick eyeshadow palettes that I normally go for. I know how they work, and there are a lot of eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I still have not touched. I still have not used. I only used once. I just swatched, and it is ridiculous. So here is what we're going to do. There is an app on my phone called Tiny Decisions, and it basically looks like this. I sat there one night for an hour and a half and I typed in all my eyeshadow palettes. Now I currently have 208 eyeshadow palettes palettes in this list. There are some more palettes that's coming from ColourPop and Sephora because it was a Sephora sale, and the sale's still going on actually. But there are a couple palettes that are coming. I just haven't put them on a list yet because I don't have them in my hands as of yet. But I am going to pick 5 eyeshadow palettes at random. So I am just going to be clicking this and it's just going to tell me what palette I'm going to be able to use. Now the only thing is that most of my eyeshadow palettes haven't been used. Most of them are brand new. So that is the reason why I'm doing it this way, because if it was up to me, I would pick something easy, pick something with a lot of fallout, pick just something. Here's the little twist to it. Not only will I be picking my eyeshadow palettes at random, but I am going to also be picking the shadow that I am supposed to be panning at random. And I know I'm probably gonna just screw myself up for this, but I just wanted it to be a little bit interesting. So here's how it's gonna go. I'm going to use the Tiny Decisions app and pick the 5 palettes. Then I'm going to go in my collection, get the 5 palettes, and then for each palette I'm going to count the shades, and the number of shades is the number I'm going to be putting in the random number generator, and then and only then will we find out what shadow I am actually supposed to be trying to pan. Now this project pan is going to be a rolling project pan, so the moment I hit pan on it, I'm going to roll it out for a new eyeshadow palette. I am not doing this to stress myself out. I have enough stress in my life. I don't want to stress myself out doing this. So if I come to find out that I really just don't like the shadow, then I am going to roll that shadow out and pick a different palette and pick another shadow. That's just that. I honestly was debating if I should just rotate my palettes every single month, but then I wouldn't know what to call it. So if you have any ideas on what you would call this, then just let me know. But I just felt like I won't be able to call pan in every palette if I'm just rotating it out in a month. And what if I don't hit pan? Then there's no pan in every palette. So you get my drift. But everything is at random. My eyeshadow palettes is at random. The eyeshadows is at random. So like I said, it is a rolling. So if I just find out that I don't like the shadow, or I get bored of the shadow, or whatever the case may be, I will switch it out. If I hit pan on the shadow, I will switch it out as well. This is just for me to have fun and to do something that other people are doing, but spice it up and do something a little bit different. But with that being said, let's go on into the Tiny Decisions app and pick the 5 eyeshadow palettes, so that way we can at least know what eyeshadow palettes we're going to be panning an eyeshadow in. Now it's time to pick the eyeshadow palettes. I'm a little bit scared, but we are going to be picking at random, so I'm going to show you that I clicked it. Oh my god, I'm so scared. The first one is the Too Faced Peachy Mattes, which I honestly spoke about. Sorry, I just screenshot it. I honestly spoke about it, and I did mention that I felt bad because I barely even used that palette, and that was like the first high-end palette that I even bought myself. I think that was the only palette that I really bought myself. So that is the first one, the Too Faced Peachy Matte. We're going to pick a second one. Oh my god, I'm so scared. The second one is the e.l.f. The New Classics. That is actually a palette that I have never even touched yet, so I'm pretty excited. Third one is the Milani Pure Passion palette, which is another brand new palette that I have not used yet. The fourth one, wow, oh my god, this is the 24G palette from Morphe, and I wanted that palette so bad and I never used it, so I'm kind of screwing myself up here because there's so many palettes that's coming up that's brand new. And the last palette is, oh, I'm so scared. The last palette is the ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. I only used that one time. So I'm going to go ahead and get the eyeshadow palettes out of my collection, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I got my 5 palettes. So I got my Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes, which looks like this. This is brand new. Sorry, my phone beeped, but it's okay. My other one is the e.l.f. New Classics palette. This is brand new as well. This is what it looks like. I also picked up the Through My Eyes palette, which I did use this one time in a video, so that's what that looks like. as well as my Milani Pure Passion palette, which I have not used yet, as well as the big beautiful, because I wanted this palette so bad. I literally got it like 2 minutes after it released. 24G palette. This one is going to be a bit more difficult because the pan is huge, but it is what it is. So now we are going to pick the eyeshadows that I'm going to be panning. I kind of wanted to switch it. I kind of wanted to delete the footage so that way you don't know what my original plan was, but I'm going to go all out. I really want this to be fun and exciting without the stress. So the first palette was the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. There is 12 eyeshadows in this palette, so I am going to go into the random number generator and put the numbers 1 through 12 so we can pick a number. So here it is, the random number generator from 1 to 12. I'm not sure if you can see if it's even in focus, but you're gonna have to trust me, okay? So I'm going to press generate, and the number is 8. First shadow that I'm supposed to be hitting pan on is this beautiful reddish berry color called Just Ripe. So for the next eyeshadow palette, it is going to be the e.l.f. New Classics palette. There are 18 shadows in this palette, so I am going to switch the numbers from 1 to 18. Number is 16. So the shadow that I'm supposed to be trying to hit pan is this shadow right here, which is called Platinum. This is what it looks like. It looks really pretty. I mean, it's okay. It's doable. That's what it looks like. The next palette is a Pure Passion palette. This has 12 eyeshadows. So, of course, I am going to put the numbers 1 to 12, and then I'm going to generate a number. If I am looking down a lot, it's because I'm looking at my phone, so bear with me. The number that we picked is number 4, and this is the 4th eyeshadow. This is upside down, so that's why it looks like that. It's just your basic setting shade, which, thank God, I got one of these, because if not, I would have been so frustrated. Next palette is the 24G palette, which there is 24 shadows, so I'm going to switch the number again. So the number that we generated for the 24G palette is 7, which is this baby right here. So it's not like your basic white shadow shade where you set your thing. It does have some color to it, which is a beautiful transition color. I'm not sure if my camera is picking it up or if it actually looks lighter than what it really is, but it is really pretty. Now the only thing I actually really worry about is the fact that these shadows are so big. Like the pans are really bigger than the other Morphe pans, but this is the fun. And I can actually use this shadow in almost every eyeshadow look, so it's fine. And now we are up to our last eyeshadow palette, which is the Through My Eyes eyeshadow palette. And this has 16 shadows. Because the eyeshadow palette does have 16 shadows, I am going to switch the number generator from 1 to 16. And now we are going to generate a number. So the number is 7. So the shadow that I'm supposed to be trying to pan is this shadow right here. I actually never even used that shadow. That shade is called something that I will have listed on the screen because your girl don't know how to say that word, okay? But that is all the shadows that I have picked to pan in every palette. Alright guys, so we are completely finished with the palettes. That is all the shadows that I'm supposed to be panning in order to do the pan in every palette. If you want to look into more details, if you want to look into more of the numbers that I picked and the shadows, definitely add me on my Instagram, which is pans_and_obsessions. That way you could check my updates. I will be updating you monthly, but at least you would know more into detail and I get to actually chat with you guys more when we're on Instagram. But that is going to go ahead and complete this video. Please go check out LADYPANSALOT and also A Beauty Guru on YouTube, just because I did get the ideas from them and I just did switch it up a little bit just because I hate myself and I always want to make life harder than what it is. But I think it was more fun. I think it was random and it really just made me be on edge for a little bit. But with that being said, I am so happy that I got to sit down and film for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and film like 2 more videos just so I could try to have more videos for you guys. And I'm hoping that I could stick to a schedule real soon. School is killing me. But thank you guys so much for still sticking around, still being subscribed to me, not leaving me hanging, and watching the little videos that I do put up. And I'm gonna work on it, okay? I'm gonna work on getting it together, because I did not forget that my goal was to hit 1K by the end of the year. But with that being said, that is going to go ahead and end this video. Don't forget to add me on Instagram. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.